What's up, guys? We're living in very precarious times right now. Blatant censorship, the Great YouTube Purge accelerates. So many channels have been taken down just within the last few days after a new law was passed censoring so many different channels talking about the truth. And why would they do this right now? Well, here's why. Klaus Schwab just released his newest book called COVID-19, The Great Reset. The corona crisis and the need for a great reset is a guide for anyone who wants to understand how COVID-19 disrupted our social and economic systems and what changes will be needed to create a more inclusive, resilient, and sustainable world going forward. Really? The Great Reset, huh? Yeah. World Economic Forum. The Great Reset. So we have this and this. Can you catch COVID from cash? ACDP scientists say virus can persist for 4 weeks. Really? And that's coming out of Bloomberg. BBC News. COVID virus survives for 28 days in lab conditions. How long does U.S. currency test positive for COVID-19? Really? So they're going after the cash because of COVID. AMC warns it could run out of cash this year. They're going after the cash. Meanwhile, with the elections coming up, will Donald Trump cause a civil war? Yeah. Polls, the country's lost its mind. Polls warning of civil war. Violence shows deep partisan chasm over election. That's right. And it just goes on and on and on. The Washington Post refusing to accept the results of a presidential election triggered the Civil War. Yeah, that's talking about... It's crazy. Proud Boys supporter warns civil war could break out if Trump loses. So who are the Proud Boys? Established in the midst of the 2016 presidential election by Vice Media co-founder Gavin McInnes, the Proud Boys are self-described. They're Trump supporters. And Proud Boys supporter warns of civil war if Donald Trump loses. An unnamed follower of the far-right group also admitted to believe in the QAnon conspiracy theory. Yeah. So they're calling for civil war. The military publications are calling for civil war. Meanwhile, the Drudge Report is claiming that Biden has a 91% chance of winning, according to polls. Fomenting this civil war. And it's all part of Agenda 21, United Nations Agenda 21 for Sustainable Development And what is Agenda 21? It's a comprehensive plan of action to be taken globally, nationally, and locally by organizations of the United Nations system. You can read more about that on your own. At the same time, the UN is promoting the Pope's new encyclical called Fratelli Tutti. Yeah. And just what is Fratelli Tutti about? Well, fraternity and social friendship are the ways of the pontiff, indicates to build a better, more just and peaceful world with the contribution of all people and institutions, with an emphatic confirmation of a no to war and to globalized indifference. And of course, Bill Gates has a stern warning about the coronavirus this fall. He said, "The fall will be worse than the winter." Oh, isn't that so great? This fall is going to be worse than the summer. All the numbers are ticking up, and that was always a very good chance that as people go indoors and it's colder, that we would see more transmission. Yeah, everybody go lock in your homes and stay in your home, because that's when we're going to see more transmission. Gates said Americans only have their own behavior to help curb the spread of the coronavirus. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of fatigue and a lot of bad messages about these things. U.S. mask compliance is actually pretty poor. Oh, so the masks is why we have such a bad risk from this coronavirus, because people in America, Americans aren't doing their part